Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Life Reset Collective. My name is Josh. This is the channel where we give hope, encouragement, help, practical steps, motivation to those who are beginning again, rebuilding their lives after disaster. That is what a life reset is. I've been through two of them, so I know a thing or two about this. And today I'm giving you a life update. For those who follow the channel, if you care about this, here are some answers to some questions. I got a little list of questions I'm going to answer here. Question number one: what has changed in my life since my last update? I think the biggest change in this has been my work, number one, and it's been sort of in my general overall frame of mind. So I think the last time I gave a personal update, I was still working at a job. I wasn't very crazy about that job. It was a great job, great people, but it's not what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be back to being a solopreneur, pursuing YouTube and my other solopreneur goals. I have succeeded at that, but I will admit it's rocky and it is a slow month by month process right now while I kind of try to get things rolling. It goes good, and then sometimes there will be a little bit of setback, but hey, isn't that life? But that's pretty much the main thing. Second thing that has been the most different about my life, I think, is that as I go back into solopreneurship I'm actually being more successful this time around than in previous attempts. And this is exposing me to a wide level of YouTube negativity and general negativity in my work. I've had a lot of really weird work interactions and things. So I will admit I have had to grow a much thicker skin and get way more positive, and mentally I've had to make myself be less stressed because honestly, work has been massively stressful since my last life update. And I will say that I think I've gotten a lot better at being less stressed than usual. So that's a good thing. Next question. What am I working on the hardest right now? Definitely my work. I am head down, face down, on the grind, trying to get my YouTube channels going, experimenting, building my business just every single day, going absolutely pedal to the metal as much as I can, trying to make my business work. I'm building the future of my dreams. I'm building the business of my dreams. I want to build my future today. And so I'm basically looking ahead a year, and I'm working so that a year from now, I'll be where I want to be in my business. So that's what I'm working on the most. Question number three: what is going well that I'm genuinely encouraged by? I think what is going well is that I've realized that I can trust myself. Part of my stress was stressing about money and finances when jumping back into solopreneurship, but I have realized that my efforts are enough. When I do my very best and I absolutely apply myself, I have never yet not been able to pay a bill. I've never yet lacked money for anything I needed. Yes, I've had to cut back on needless things, but the truth is, I'm genuinely encouraged by the fact that I am proving that I can trust myself. And this helps my life be very, very good. So that's a thing that is going on right now. Next question. What has been harder than I expected? I think what has been harder than I expected is trying to balance life and work and my relationships. I struggle a lot with housework. I struggle a lot with keeping up with laundry, dishes, keeping my house clean, and also keeping up with my relationships. It feels very difficult in the midst of my work and in the midst of my self-growth and things like that. It feels very difficult to find time to hang out with friends and family. I try to force myself to take time to do that, but it is very hard because I'm so focused on my work. And I will admit, I try to get better at that. I'm trying to do better at that in my life, but that is definitely harder than I expected. And fitness and diet. I have really struggled finding the right fitness and diet routine. I just get so zoned in on work, and then I get hungry, and so I eat the junk food. And I get so zoned in on work that I don't go work out. I have to change that. So that's been harder than expected. Next point. What am I worried about right now? I am worried about my business. That's what I'm worried about the most. Every single day I wake up thinking about my business. I go to bed thinking about my business. I think about the future. I think, am I doing everything I should do? Am I making the right choices? Am I working enough in the right areas? Definitely what I'm worried the most about right now. A year from now, I need my business to be doing better than it is today. Right now, we are gliding along, but at some point we've got to get airborne and we have to start lifting off. And so that's definitely, I'm definitely every single month, I'm just pedal to the metal trying to make that happen. What am I excited about right now? What I am excited most about right now is the fact that things do seem to be trending upward in my work. I think that things are trending upward in my own mental health. Like stuff I've been doing to try to reduce my stress. Like I had a massively stressful couple of months when I first went back into solopreneurship. It was massively stressful. I had work things happen that just stressed me out to the maximum. And I will admit that I am excited in that self development. That was really hard to go through. And there are times when I think to myself, is this even worth it? Like this crazy nonsense that I go through sometimes that I have to jump through with my work is so insane. But then, the truth is, when I look at these hard moments, I think that this brings about I thought about one of the defining qualities of me, which is that I tend to turn difficult situations into lessons about resilience and sticking with it. And I think that one of the things that I do best in my life is framing hardship as lessons and growth for the future. And so I kind of do this so that there's never a wasted moment of suffering or a wasted moment of hardship. I want to make every second count of those bad situations to try to avoid them in the future. And so I am excited actually about some of the growth I've gone through there. I think that I've really, really grown as a human through some of those hardships. Next question. What is taking most of my time and energy? Work. By far, work. Across the board, there's not even a close second place. What have I learned about myself recently? I kind of feel like I've already talked about this, but I've learned recently that I have the capability to go through life keeping my stress under control, but I wasn't exercising that for years. But in this chapter, I had to do it. I had to. Like I said, I had like my last year in 2025 was by far the worst year, the most stressful year I've ever had, and so many things went wrong. But I grew so much in that, and also going back to solopreneurship, there was a whole nother set of like stressful things, unrelated but stressful things. And so I think what I've learned about myself is that I am capable, and I've learned that I have the power. I have the power within myself to be less stressed, to be more focused, to be more disciplined, to take things less personally. That when people say emotional things to me, when people attack me emotionally, when they do these things, and just kind of like caring enough to not care and to just let things go and to just be chill and just keep on doing my thing. And I think that my capacity for that right now is so much greater than it's ever been at any other point in my life. And so I'm very happy about that. Here's the next question. What habits are helping me the most right now? I think the biggest habit that is helping me the most right now is my habit to take control of my time. I've become incredibly disciplined. I am getting so much work done every day. I feel like a year ago, there was no way I would have been getting this much work done. I've gotten so much more disciplined. And part of it is because the stakes are so high. I'm just so maximally fed up with not succeeding the way I want to. And so that means that I work, I grind hard. I make use of every single moment of every day. And I will admit that that is helping me a lot. Like that's really helping me. And then a final question. What habits or behaviors are getting in my way? Eating junk food, hands down, that is the worst one. I have been making a big effort to change it, but even yesterday, I ate chips. What am I doing? Why would I eat potato chips? Well, they happened to be at my house because someone brought some over and I ate them, and I shouldn't have, but that is definitely by far the habit or behavior that is most getting in my way because I want to be healthier and I have to take better care of my body. But when I eat the junk food, this is not going in the right direction. So there you go. Boom. There's my personal update. Thank you very much for coming back for another episode of the Life Reset Collective. Drop a comment. Let me know what your life update is. Friends, I care about you. Thank you so much for coming back. I'll see you on the next one.